Jungkook is a very handsome businessman who belongs to a well-reputed wealthy family. However, he didn't take anything for granted. He worked hard and built his own empire. Over time, he merged his business with his family's because he now feels his parents have given him a lot. It's his turn to return the favor by making them sit at home and play with their grandkids. The problem is Jungkook is not married and has never even dated, having only focused on his goals. So the only option left is an arranged marriage. His parents introduced him to several girls, but none were willing to live with his parents after marriage. Jungkook doesn't care about how the girl look, her qualification, or her profession. He's fine even if she doesn't have a job. He just has one condition: she must be willing to live with his parents. In short, he wants a simple woman who values family and doesn't have a problem living with his parents. But until now, he hasn't found such a girl. On the other side, you come from a lower middle class family. Your parents are not educated. Your father is a peon and your mother is a maid, but they are working hard so that you don't end up like them. You are also a sweet and good girl. Your only fault is that you fell in love with the wrong boy who has red flags, but you are blind to his flaws. Now let's start this story from Jungkook POV. As I sit in my office absorbed in analyzing statistics, my attention is suddenly pulled by outside by a girl who is jumping and waving. I can hear her voice, but it's clear she's trying to get someone's attention. I don't recognize this striking girl. She's wearing a blue dress that hugs her figure perfectly, and her long hair is falling across her face as she waves. She's so captivating that I find myself unable to look away. She starts making hand signs towards me. Has she noticed that I am watching her? So, if so, I could give me a less an ideal image among my employees. As I'm considering this, she rolls her eyes and gestures again. Is she telling me to look behind me? I squint and glance over my shoulder, but I only see Mr. Seol, the old man who cleans the windows. I point at him and turn back to her. She sighs and nods, confirming she's calling him. It makes sense now why she will be calling someone she doesn't know. I chuckle at myself and decide to call Mr. Soul over. He's a familiar face. I see him every day as he cleans the office. Excuse me, sir, I say politely, addressing Mr. Soul with respect due to his age. I believe she's calling you. Mr. Soul looks visibly embarrassed and quickly responds, she's my daughter. I'm sorry, sir. She will never come again. He apologized profusely as if daughter actions have caused a major problem. No, it's perfectly alright. Please don't be sorry. I reassure him you can go and meet her. I press the button to open the glass door. Just as Mr. Saul is about to leave, she walks into the office with a cheerful expression. Appa, you forgot your lunchbox, she exclaims with concern in her voice. Amma was very angry. She'll beat you. Her playful giggle brings a genuine smile on my face. Mr. Saul, looking frustrated, says, who told you to come here, Wine? Wine, showing a hint of frustration, replies, Appa, you but it cut off as her father grabs her arm and pulls her to the side. I'm working, you need to go, Mr. Saul insists, trying to maintain his composure. But Appa, you must be hungry. Mr. Saul reaches for it, saying, okay, give it to me. I'll eat after finishing my work. His voice is firm, but there is a trace of expiration on his face. Wine, holding the lunchbox away, says, Amma said to bring the lunchbox back. You have to eat now. She lying, knowing her father often skips meals due to work. Mr. Saul, Wine, I have work. Mr. Saul repeats, his patience wearing thin. I'll do the work. You go and eat. She offers, moving forward the window. Her father grabs her wrist and turns her to face him. You won't do this work, understand? Mr. Saul says sternly. Author, he's not regretting the work, he simply doesn't want Wine to be burdened by the task he feels are beneath her. He worked hard to provide her with a good education and opportunities, and he doesn't want. Seeing the tension, I interject. It's okay, Mr. Saul. Please go and have your lunch first. I want to say out of their personal matters, but the argument is becoming uncomfortable. Wine gaze shift to me for the first time. She offers a small grateful smile and bows politely. I return to a bow with a slight nod. After they leave, I quickly close the curtains of my office using the control device. I want to make sure no one else disturbs me while I work. I try to refocus on my laptop screen, but Wine keeps intruding on my thoughts. Her image lingers in my mind and I can't seem to shake it off. Frustrated, I lean back in my chair and as my eyes for a moment hoping to clear my head. Why am I fixating on her? This has never happened before. Do I actually like her? Am I falling in love? No way, I can't fall in love. I've already planned for an arranged marriage. But wait, an arranged marriage? I could talk to her father. It's just not just her beauty that captivates me, her behavior has also made an impression. The way she insisted her father eat his lunch shows she values family, a quality I greatly admire. It's clear that she would have no problem living with my family, which is exactly what I'm looking for in a partner. After some time, Van heads home and her father returns to my office to finish his work. I feel a strong impulse to speak with him immediately and propose marriage, but I know things don't work that way, so I wait once I finish my work and start heading out of the office. Mr. Soul, could I have a word with you? I ask. It's been a 5 years since he started working here, but we've never exchanged more than polite notes. When Mr. Soul hears his name, he looks alarmed, clearly worried that I might be unhappy with Ryan's visit. I am sorry, very sorry, sir. This will never happen again. Please don't fire me. No, no, you are misunderstanding me, Mr. Soul. I quickly clarify, stepping closer to stop him from going further. I need to be careful with my words as I'm about to make a significant request. I take a deep breath, trying to steady my nerves. I want to focus something with you. I begin hesitating slightly. I need to choose my words carefully since I am about to ask her hand. Why? Actually, I stumble over my words, feeling a bit awkward. Why is this so difficult? I think to myself. My hands instinctively go into my pockets, making me appear more anxious. What are you doing, Jungkook? Take your hands out. You're making him more nervous. I pull my hands out of my pockets and clear my throat. So, may I ask how old your daughter is and what she does for a living? It's crucial to gather this information before proposing marriage. I don't want to make any assumptions. She's 24, Mr. Saul replies. I'm not sure what she does, but she says she is entrepreneur. Entrepreneur. I correct him gently, offering a reassuring smile. I appreciate that their values align with mine, but I want to ensure that her professional aspiration matches well. Mr. Saul continues, yes, that's all I know. I'm not educated to understand all of this. It's fine, sir, I reassure him. Is she single? Are you considering her marriage? Yes, she's single, Mr. Saul confirms. As for marriage, we haven't thought much about it. Well, consider any good match that comes along. So it seems a good match has come along. I say I would like to marry your daughter. Mr. Seol is stunned. Mr. Seol, what? His eyes widen and his look around, unable to believe that I am Jungkook am asking for his daughter's hand in marriage. Believe it, sir. I said firmly. I really want to marry. Mr. Seol is momentarily speechless, his eyes fixed on me. The prospect of his daughter marrying a billionaire is overwhelming. Before he can respond, I quickly add, don't agree right away. It's too soon. Go home and discuss it with your daughter first. It should be her choice. Mr. Seol bows deeply and leaves. I sit back on my desk, finishing up my work as I wait anxiously for her answer. Trying not to let my thoughts dwell too much on the outcome. Time skip night, author POV. Mr. Soul arrives home visibly agitated but excited. He calls out for Ryan. Mr. Soul, Ryan, where are you? Ryan, he shouts, her mother stepping out of the kitchen with a concerned expression. Ask, what's wrong? Why are you calling her? Has she done something wrong? Mrs. Soul replies, she has done something, but it's actually turned out for the best. Her mother looks confused. What are you talking about? I'll explain, Mr. Saul says, trying to calm himself as he continues to call out, Ryan! Ryan! Ryan emerges from her room looking sleepy, clearly having been in the middle of a conversation with her boyfriend. Yes, Appa, why are you yelling my name? She asks, rubbing her eyes. A broad smile spread across Mr. Saul's face as he gazes at his daughter. He walks up to her and takes a moment to cup her face in his hands, which makes her look. I can't just believe how happy I am, he says, his voice full of emotion. Ryan blinks at him, puzzled. What's going on, Appa? You are the best daughter, he tells her with a look of admiration. What? Ryan asks, still confused. She glances at her mother, who is equally baffled, hoping for some clarification. Her mother, looking perplexed, interjects. What's going on? Why are you speaking in riddle? Just tell us what's happening. Mr. Saul takes a deep breath, still looking at Ryan. Just give me a moment to look at my daughter, he says, savoring the moment. Ryan becomes increasingly annoyed as she has no idea why he's staring at her. Mr. Saul finally leaves. You impressed my boss. Ryan eyes widen in confusion, but I didn't go there for a job interview. And stop staring me. It's creepy, she says, tugging her head away and heading toward the dining table. She grabs a sandwich and takes a bite. So didn't you tell him I'm not looking for any job? She asks, her voice muffled with the sandwich. No, it's not about a job. Mr. Saul clarifies. It's about marriage. He asked me to get you married to him. Ryan nearly chokes on a sandwich. What? She exclaimed loudly, her mother gasping in shock. Her mother stunned asks, is it true? Does he really want to marry Wine? Mr. Saul trying to reassure her. Mrs. Saul, yes, it is true. Wine will marry the billionaire. Her mother eyes widen even more. The billionaire? Oh my god, she gasped, trying to process the news. Wine, feeling overwhelmed, responds sharply. What nonsense is this, Appa? Her mother gasped again, and Mr. Saul's mind fades as he realizes her reaction isn't what he expected. This is not nonsense, Mr. Seol insists. You will really become the wife of John Jungkook. Who decided that? Mr. Seol, growing concerned. It doesn't need a decision, Ryan. What are you talking about? His smile falters as he notices her displeasure. Her mother, trying to support her husband, adds, Ryan is a businessman, very rich and very handsome. You should be happy. Why this reaction? Can you please ask me if I want to marry him or not? Mr. Seol is taken aback. You don't want to? Ryan mother gasps one more, and Ryan expurgates me. Can you stop making that nonsense and let me talk to Appa? Her mother, still bewildered, asks, why don't you want to? Is he old and bored or something? She struggled to understand why her daughter would refuse such an opportunity. Mr. Saul, trying to convince her, says, he's 27 and very handsome man. I understand your fears, but even without his wealth, he's a good person with a kind heart. He'll make you happy. You won't find a better match. Ryan, shaking her head, responds, Appa, I don't care how rich or good he is, but I will not marry him. Her father falls silent while her mother gasps again. Ryan, feeling overwhelmed, heads rightly to her room without another word. In her room, Ryan picks up her phone